superstars! In this video, I'll be telling you how you can know a good palm oil and an adulterated palm oil. In the market, in the mill, wherever you are, how you can know and determine the quality of a palm oil, if it's good or if it's adulterated.
This knowledge is very important as a consumer, as a seller, as someone who is going into palm oil business. You need this knowledge because as a consumer, whenever you want to go to the market to buy palm oil, you need to know a good palm oil. If you don't know a good palm oil, you could buy a bad one, and sometimes you will observe that while you're cooking your food, it will have this nice aroma, everything. While you're adding the condiments to your soup, it will taste really nice. The ingredients will blend. But once you add the palm oil, the taste changes. And you'll be like wondering if you're a bad cook. You're not a bad cook, oh my sister. You are not a bad cook. It's the palm oil. The palm oil is bad. It's not you, it's the palm oil. Once there's a bad palm oil, the soup is bad. It spoils the whole soup. Once there's a bad palm oil, it spoils the whole pot of food. So as a consumer, I'll be telling you how you can test a good palm oil in the market before buying it. And as someone who is going into palm oil business, I'll be telling you how you can test a good palm oil in order to know it before buying it for storage, for reselling, for exportation, and whatever means you want to use it for. Because if you buy a bad palm oil to resell, those who know good palm oil will not buy from you. As such, you won't be able to buy and sell off fast. The profit is in your ability to sell off quickly, buy another one, sell off quickly, buy another one. It's in your turnover you make profits. So you need this knowledge to be able to know the right type of palm oil to buy and resell. And as someone who is going into storage, you need this knowledge because the most important thing in storage is a good palm oil. If you buy a bad palm oil to store, after a few months, it will start deteriorating in quality. It will start solidifying. I'll be telling you how you can determine if colorants have been added to palm oil. If colorants have been added to palm oil or additives and you store it, after a few months, those additives will start separating. You go and you'll see the additives one side, the palm oil one side. It will destroy the quality of the palm oil and you won't be able to sell. As such, you run at a loss. Okay, so there are two tests that can be carried out on palm oil to know the authenticity of palm oil. There are two tests you can carry out on palm oil to know if it's a good palm oil or if it's adulterated palm oil. The test is laboratory test and physical test. You can carry out laboratory test on palm oil to know if it's good, and you can also carry out physical test on palm oil to know if it's good. So first, let's talk about the laboratory test. All right. The laboratory test you can carry out on palm oil to know if it's good or if it's adulterated is called food proximate analysis test. Food proximate analysis test. Food proximate analysis test involves taking a sample of the palm oil to the laboratory to test for its moisture content, its fatty acid, and its bleaching index. These are the three major parameters that are analyzed in a laboratory in a palm oil. This method of testing the quality of a palm oil gives accurate results, but the thing about it is that it is very expensive. Carrying out a food proximate analysis test in the laboratory can be very expensive.
Food proximate analysis test gives very precise and accurate answers. But you know what? In a case where you need to determine the quality of a palm oil quickly, this test will take time. Because by the time you take a sample to the laboratory and wait for it to be analyzed and the result finally comes out, that is time. And most people do not have that time. And in a case like that, there are actually other ways in which you can determine the quality of palm oil. And the next way in which you can analyze the quality of a palm oil is by looks. Use your eyes. How do I mean? In determining the quality of a palm oil by looks, you look out for the color. You look out for the color of the palm oil. If the color of the palm oil is very, very light, there's every possibility that it was processed from an unripe fruit. The palm fruit was not ripe. As such, the palm oil produced from it was of light color. And by looking out for it by looks, you look out for its redness. As you can see, this palm oil is dark red in color, not light red, because it's processed from a ripe palm fruit. A good palm oil should look reddish in color and it should be liquid at room temperature. If it is dark red in color, it might actually mean that the palm oil is good, and it could also mean that the palm oil is bad. So, a dark red palm oil is good until you dip your hand into the palm oil. When you dip your hand into the palm oil and then remove it and keep it for a few seconds, maybe a minute, without cleaning it off, you leave it in your hand for like a minute and you're gisting, keep gisting with the seller, not allowing her to know that you are carrying out your test on the palm oil. You're gisting, and after like a minute, you clean it off. If you clean off the palm oil from your hand and your hand is as good as there was nothing on it, then it means it's a good palm oil. But if after you clean off the palm oil from your hand and you still have traces of red color on your palm, like what you've seen on the screen, then it means that palm oil has been adulterated. Colorants have been added, additives have been added. It means it's not a good palm oil. If you go ahead and buy such a palm oil, here's what will happen. After a few months of keeping it for storage, the colors will start separating to one side, the palm oil will stay at one side. After a few months, the palm oil will deteriorate in quality. It will turn rancid. As such, you will run at a loss. So, whenever you buy a palm oil and you dip your hand in it and leave it for a minute and you still see, and after you wipe it off with rag or anything and you still see traces of palm oil on your palm, then it means it's adulterated. But if after cleaning it off, you don't see anything, your hand is as good as new, then it means it's a good palm oil. Alright, let's continue. Okay, so for start, now will be a good time to hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed, and subscribe so you will be notified whenever there's a new video. And also, if you love what you have heard so far, please hit the like button so this video can reach out to so many people out there who need this knowledge as well. Let's continue. The next way you can determine the quality of a palm oil is via smell. After you've dipped your hand into the palm oil, the next thing is to smell the palm oil. You smell the palm oil to know if it has a nice sweet fragrance. A good palm oil should have a very nice fragrance. It should smell pleasant. If it has an offensive odor or a rotten odor, it is possible that it has already turned rancid. The palm oil is bad. If it smells like rotten egg or like something that has soured, then it is a bad palm oil. As such, you should not buy it. A good palm oil should have a very nice pleasant smell, should have a very nice fragrance. It should have a sweet fragrance. It shouldn't have a choking smell. Any palm oil that has a choking smell or smells as if petroleum products have been added. Do you know how Vaseline smells or how diesel smells? Okay, if you smell a palm oil and it smells like diesel or like Vaseline or any petroleum product, then it's not a good palm oil. It means it has been adulterated and is not healthy for consumption. If consumed, it could act adversely to the health. So, whenever you smell a palm oil and it smells like petroleum additives have been added or like any strange smell, then it's not a good palm oil. As such, you should not buy it. After you've determined the quality of the palm oil by looks, by smell, next is by taste. You actually dip your hand into the palm oil and then test it. If it tastes nice, if it has this nice delicious taste, then it is good. A good palm oil should taste nice, should not be sticky on the tongue, should not be sticky on the tongue, should taste like water. You know, whenever you drink water, it should just blend, you don't feel any stickiness on it. That is how a good palm oil should be. It should not have any sticky sensation on the tongue. It should taste like you're drinking water. It should taste delicious. It should have this nice, pleasant taste on your tongue. If it actually has this repulsive taste, like you're eating something bad or something that has gone sour, then it's a bad palm oil. A good palm oil should taste really nice and pleasant on your tongue. You should feel like having more of it. Like you should feel like taking more of it. It should have this nice and delicious taste on it. Okay, my superstars. So I've told you the ways in which you can know a good palm oil and an adulterated palm oil. You can know it by food consummate analysis test, which is done in the laboratory, and through physical tests, which include looks, smell, and taste. These methods of determining the quality of a good palm oil can never go wrong. If you know these methods, you can never go wrong in knowing the quality of a good palm oil. As a consumer, as someone who is going into buying and reselling, palm oil packaging, palm oil exportation, and palm oil storage. These methods of knowing a good palm oil and adulterated palm oil, you can never go wrong. If you're also going into palm oil business, before now I had done a video on palm oil production process. The link is in the description box, and how to start a palm oil business. The link is also in the description box. These videos carry basic information in which you'll need as someone who is going into palm oil business. So please check it out. It carries very vital information which is key to serve as a guide in your journey to palm oil business. So don't forget to check it out, okay? That will be all my superstars in this video. And in our next video, I'll show you a practical way in which you can know a good palm oil. We have done a theoretical video on how to know the quality of a palm oil. It is said that seeing is believing. So in our next video, I will actually show you how you can know a good palm oil and an adulterated palm oil. Okay, my superstars. Thank you for always watching my videos. Until our next video, always remember that I love